Hey y'all, welcome back. It is some more Subnautica time. We are going to be spending a good chunk of today on a little bit of base organization, but mostly, and most importantly, the thing that we are working on today is our base building. We are going to be going to... How do we want to do this? We're going to be going to our... a new base location. We're not moving everything. We're going to be moving a decent amount of stuff, though. I think that the first thing that I want to do is just honestly hop in. Oh, I almost forgot we got this radio message. Right, of course. Is that it? That's it. Right. Skeleton of a million-year-old armored carnivore. Projections suggest this life form would have been larger than any living creature encountered on the planet. Oceans of the time would have been very different. Calorie intake, we can do that. So I think that we're gonna grab our gun, hop in our sea moth, and make our way over there and just kind of plan out all of our stuff that we're going to be doing. Pretty sure it's nighttime. We'll say hi to Marky Mark. Yes. Yeah, I feel you, brother. So we're gonna load up on food. We're also going to set up our eat one of those and bring 4 of them over here to our bioreactor. Easy as that. So, I mean, it may be as simple as, like, we're going to be moving a lot of our, like, storage units over here to the Seamoth. Or we may just take our prawn suit down there. Be a little bit more of a lengthy walk. Oops. I didn't mean to actually get into the prawn suit. Oh, let me back up. Don't be rude to me. Ah! There it is. So, first things first, make sure we have our base building tool, which we absolutely do not, because we're in full combat survival mode. Hop in here, grab this. Don't really need a flashlight, repair tools, kind of whatever. Maybe grab a couple flares, just in case. Yeah, that seems perfect. Then we're gonna hop in our handy dandy sea moth. Long time no see, brother.
Captain, all systems online.
So we are headed towards the Degassi settlement. Just this away. Yeah, I think the Seamoth is still definitely our fastest maneuver. God damn, look at that beauty. So yeah, today's going to be a little bit of a more chill one. I know I was a little bit on edge and I would be lying if I said that I wasn't still at least a little bit on edge as far as all of this stuff goes. Today has just been one of those days, you know? What are you doing so far out here? So we had a nice, like, ledge area picked out over here. This was it. Yes, yes, yes. So, what we're planning on doing, let's get Let's get a setup here. Start with a multi-purpose room, of course. Probably like right around here. Okay. We are most definitely gonna want a scanner room. Oh no, is it not gonna let me fully like plan out? That would make me actually sad. No, my trip, it has been wasted. Well, that does make me a little bit sad, but that is also pretty fine. We're pretty zippy. You know, we might also, if we find something. Oh. If we end up coming across a sassy boy, we may try out one of our torpedoes.
Torpedo systems disengaged.
It's so slow. Doesn't seem like that torpedo specifically is super effective. There's the SS George. So, if that's the case, I don't necessarily love the idea of unloading a metric ton out of our prawn suit. Oh, I totally thought I was going to make it through there. So we'll probably be walking back out there with the prawn suit. Which is totally fine. We're going to want to make sure to get as much as we need sort of situated out there. We probably want to make sure we have the stuff to make a fabricator. Yeah. What do you need to make a fabricator? Floodlight, spotlight, water filtration machine. No, fabricator. Table coral sample. We can do that. We can do that just about anywhere, honestly. Because it was just the titanium gold and the table coral sample. We're gonna be bringing the titanium. Don't you even worry about that. We're gonna need a good amount of lead also, for sure. 1 gold. Go ahead and ditch one of the lead back. So we can go and grab a coral sample. As soon as I find some. There it is. Brr. And then we're just gonna walk our pretty butts over there with the prawn suit. Because our prawn suit is gonna have way more stuff in it. As we find our direction, south-southwest. I think a prawn suit might be able to fly. I kind of got a sneaking suspicion that it might have some more get up and go than we're giving it credit for. What on earth was that? sounded like an explosion. I think we've heard that in this area before. Oh, there might be that underground volcano or something. That would make sense. So I think that the getting power is definitely going to be something that we're moderately concerned about. I think that a bioreactor is going to go a long way. I know that I've heard people are really partial towards there's like a ton of solar panels and also a ton of whatchamacallits. The gosh, what are they called? The thermal reactors. But I think we are a little bit of a ways off from anywhere where we would be setting up thermal reactors, sadly. Home sweet home. So, multi-purpose room. Going to be our starting point. Another multi-purpose room is going to go right on top of it. May want to equip that. Know that we had... Oh, we didn't have a ton of titanium. That's pretty unfortunate, actually. Well, we can... we can, at the very least, set up our hatch, potentially. 2 titanium and 1 quartz. So we will be coming back for all of you. I can't believe that we didn't have that much titanium. We didn't have like hardly any, basically. So we will at the very least keep our eye out in the area here for our titanium deposits, metal salvage and whatnot. Maybe one of the easiest things to pick up in the prawn suit. Oh, there are those puppies. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about our goals in D&D and stuff, and there's a couple of campaigns that are like horror-based campaigns that I've run or want to run after running Curse of Strahd for so long. That oh lord, hold on one second. All right. Sorry about that. Looks like the kiddos got back home. But yeah, so we've looking into like D&D campaigns and stuff. I ran a Curse of Strahd, which is kind of like a gothic horror vibe. And there's a couple of other games I was looking at. One was a like seafaring spooky ghost sort of campaign. The other one being like a Arctic survival campaign. Both potentially very, very like Subnautica hinted. Or inspired, I guess. Might even, like, if I end up running the Rime of Saltmarsh, or not Rime of Saltmarsh, Rime of the Frost Maiden, may even play through the other Subnautica game just so I can get all of those aesthetics down before running the game. But I found I think it was like a stat block or concept art or something of this giant like blue whale that had a bubble on top of it that you could basically use as a submarine. And I was just like, man, what? That it just absolutely blew me away how like exactly Subnautica-y that was. And it absolutely just like mind boggled me. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think I know how we want to do this. Oops. I think what we want to do... Does our sloth not have any storage? Kind of makes me sad. So I think what we want to do, take this Reginald, is start unloading some of this nickel. Because the nickel itself we don't have any need for right now. And we will slowly but surely offload it and replace it with our titanium and our copper that we definitely will be needing as far as in order to build this base. One, two, three. Defabricate a couple of these bad boys. But yeah, so like the concept of like not only horror, which is something that tabletop horror specifically is something that I'm super duper interested in, like conceptually. But the concept of like dealing with the survival aspects and stuff like that in a D&D setting, I think could be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Okay, get that last ruby out of there. Some more nickel. We did get a lot of pretty valuable resources from the looks of it in our last runs, which I'm pretty happy with. Hopefully, we will have enough to just completely set us up in this base. We definitely have enough to make a fabricator at the very least, which is going to be a pretty big deal. We'll get the last of the nickel out. Oh no. Yeah, I do have a lot of interest in those like game designy fields, in the fields of like storytelling and dealing with tropes and dealing with all this sort of stuff. I am so enamored with especially a lot of like tropey stuff where it's just like it mind boggles me sometimes, like the kind of stuff that people who actually go out of their way to analyze tropes and to talk about those sort of things, the amount of knowledge that they have about how the world works and how people perceive the world working is so good. I love it so much. The recently started a couple of YouTube series that were like talking about literary tropes and stuff like that, and it's stuff that I'm really interested in from like a dungeon master and like game design standpoint, right? Where I'm wanting to tell these stories and have my players like recognizable stories, I suppose you could say. Welcome aboard, Captain. Let's get the heck south by southwest, right? Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of those, like a lot of DMs, I try to be as much of a storyteller as I can, while also like making sure that players are having fun. Wow, you just gonna come out of nowhere like that, brother? Seriously? Oh, we can see our little base beacon half constructed over there. Now that we have a really good amount of titanium with us, we'll hopefully be able to make some progress on this big boy. You don't want this. Okay. So, I'm gonna finish this hatch. Oh, we're not gonna finish the hatch because we need quartz for the hatch. That's a-okay, actually. There's literally quartz, like, here. I am fairly certain for it to be true. Yeah. Quartz is probably something that we are gonna need a decent amount of, so that'll be worth keeping an eye out for, I suppose. As we make these like glass structures. Okay. One titanium short. Handy dandy prawn suit. I think we got some titanium. Okay, so if we hop in here.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Okay, so I think this room we're gonna have to deconstruct. Oh, inventory full. Right. It'll let me. There we go. No, inventory full times 46. Go to my upgrades. Insert that. Okay. Go ahead and just drop a couple of these flares. There we go. So, what we'll want here is this vertical connector, hypothetically. Well... glass compartment, low structural integrity. I definitely want to be, like, building upwards. We'll just have to kind of work with it and see how we can make that actually happen. Doesn't seem like the vertical connector necessarily wants to zoop in there like that. Interesting. Okay. So the moon pool should be able to automatically connect to an extent.
30 seconds.
Yeah, maybe we should breathe. So this may even just be one of those situations where we're about to really fuck some shit up. Building right here. Moonpool needs titanium ingots, though. Lubricant and lead. So that's probably not going to happen anytime real soon. Multi-purpose room we can make happen for sure. Right. So...
30 seconds.
Oh no. Let us breathe, brothers. So, we're looking for here. The way to install this vertical connector. Vertical base connector. Takes 2 titanium to create, but just does not want. Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, maybe if I were to install one of these eye compartments, can we build the vertical base connector off of that? Okay. We could have this go up into a, like, observatory, maybe? Another multi-purpose room, maybe? Not super sure. I think maybe that gets us to being a little bit too high up, which is fine. We can make this happen now. No power. Uh-oh. How do I get power cell out? Excuse me for a moment, Mr. Lithium. I'm going to drop you here. We are going to... Oh, look at this guy. We're going to take out its power. Unload the battery. Load the battery. There we go. Inventory full, huh? So, we're going to X compartment here. Something like that. With maybe a... Scanner room seems like a little bit much to put right there. Don't you even... I literally have a stasis rifle, dude. Why are you coming at me? Can't even tell if you're alive or dead. Okay, goodbye then. If I build this multi-purpose room up here, then... I obviously can't because I'm 1 short of titanium. 1 titanium short of a softball. Does that connect? No. Concerning. Oh, right. No, that makes a lot of sense because obviously you need to connect this to another compartment piece. And then it actually will connect.
30 seconds.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Breathe. We'll stretch our prawn suit legs a little bit. This is going to be a beast of a base, I'm telling you. So, on the ground floor, we probably are going to want a series of just straight up, like, multi-purpose rooms. Why won't it let me place a room here? That makes me pretty sad. We'll make an observatory instead then. Another multi-purpose room over here, maybe? No, looks like we're maybe a little bit too close to the ground level there. So we may be scrapping this one more time. Bark. Get some of the... Oh, not you. Some of our more useless stuff put away as we're doing all of this construction. I think we can afford to raise our base level slightly. What do we do at this point, though? is a great question. That first aid kit, who needs it, right? What I do need. No. So my thinking is we can basically do this same design, but just slightly further up here. No, maybe, yeah, that seems a little bit too much. Maybe we can multi-purpose slightly further up there. Now let's see what it'll let us do. Get our T compartment built. Our connector. Multi-purpose room. Okay, one side is fine because we can do the observatory, but the other side is what's actually important here. Why will it not play nice with me? What I want to know. Well, I mean, maybe we can just do something like this, and then, yeah, that looks like it'll probably work. Make another compartment there, and then another multi-purpose room out here. There we go. Then up here, we're gonna want this. Oh no, we are running low on titanium. Titanium.
30 seconds.
I will be reading my oxygen supplies. Thank you. Nice computer lady. Just don't tell me to eat food or I will not be happy. Oh no. Construct, don't deconstruct, you fool. This is probably a bunch of enameled glass. That makes sense. We want a scanner room. Is this gonna connect? I don't think that's gonna connect. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a glass compartment. Another glass compartment, possibly. Did I somehow let myself run out of quartz? Seems unlikely. Probably put the quartz up. Yeah. The glass we're not going to be able to get right off the bat here. But we can't get ourselves inside right off the bat.
Warning.
So how does this
Emergency
go?
Power only. Oxygen production offline.
Okay. So we could maybe do like a pop a bioreactor right there. Alien containment unit right here. We can make this first floor all business. Getting the bioreactor up is going to be fairly important. Getting some solar panels running also probably going to be pretty important. Make a connector room. I think it leads to our scanner room. Really don't feel like that scanner room is going to go up properly. We do technically have the materials to put it together. We need gold. I think that's it. If it doesn't work, we can just deconstruct it. What are we missing? Am I missing titanium? I am. I'm dumb.
seconds.
See, you're not actually connected is the thing, scanner. And we gotta go breathe.
Oxygen.
Maybe the scanner room setup might be a little bit more complicated than we were looking into. I do want this observatory here. I think that that's cute. I don't know why it doesn't want me constructing this scanner room. Maybe the scanner room is supposed to just build straight off of a like central hub piece. Oh, it is. Okay, okay, that makes sense. So we can just pop a scanner room right there for the time being. They'll eat through a pretty good chunk of our valuable resources. Okay, so we've got 3 containers: alien containment, bioreactor, and scanner room. And then up here, what do we want? Another set of... Oh no, we're out of power even? Out of power even! Just keep cannibalizing all of our shit. We do want, for sure, we have to have 1 moon pool. Which, if we can put it right there, will probably work out just fine. You do connect properly, don't you? Press X to doubt, actually. Okay, well, I mean, this is kind of our basic layout so far. I will probably be doing a cut and just kind of mostly calling it for this starting point here. We're going to be doing a little bit more gathering and just some boring base building stuff, but we'll be back here in just a minute. Alrighty, welcome back, guys. I am sorry about that little bit of a longer cut. Trying to figure out what we're doing. What on earth is this? Solar panels? This is new. Hold on. Where are these? It's all leading. Oh. Oh my. Looks like we might have a new base. Already built. It only took like 4 or 5 hours. But actually, before we go inside, let me go ahead and give you guys a rundown of the location. Right on this ledge here, before the Degassi habitat and the like that green area, are going to be right down below us. This is our monstrosity of a base, to be expanded on as we see fit. As you see, we are running on some solar power. We also, coming in from this other side, down into that purple area with the big eels, I have some thermal generators that are all chained up, coming all the way up to us here. So, let's hop right into it. Let me show you guys what I got going on. We hop into the base. We have a pretty similar to our last base setup. We have our kind of like fabrication, our battery charger, our modification station. Be a little bit more work possibly aesthetically that goes into this. Immediately, if you take a right, we have our nice planters that we don't have any seeds for yet. Come into our loot room. As you see, we have the whole spectrum: copper, sulfur, our gemstones, gold, kyanite, lead, lithium, magnetite, nickel ore, quartz, titanium, and just some miscellaneous stuff. We also have our backup loot room in case we have any overflow. Most of the overflow will probably be stuff from that miscellaneous box. We've got our 2 loot rooms, which unfortunately I couldn't get connected together properly through here. But then we keep walking through. We have some more beautiful, beautiful planters. A little observation deck here. Kind of looking out mostly for our beautiful planter here, with which we have more than just the lantern fruit now. I made a little jaunt up to the island. And in here we have our alien containment unit, our first one, with our adorable new pet sand sharks. Aren't they precious? Yes, you're so good to go, yo. And you can even pick them up and hold them in your inventory. For what purpose, I do not know. But I believe you could probably release them out into the wild and just like repopulate. But this comes complete with a planter, which we have some acid mushrooms and writhing weed planted. And this nice foresty vibe in this one. We take the other direction, leads us here to our backup power source, the bioreactor. Currently looks like it's just barely holding onto a charge. As you can see up at the top there, we have 1825. Our scanner room with a couple of relevant upgrades, but we have some pretty interesting stuff to scan for. Most importantly, I think that data box might be something that I try to run a scan for here shortly. We can climb on up to the next level. We have, of course, my crib with a prawn suit lewds on the wall there, and our beautiful Markiplier. Nothing hanging out in the locker currently, nothing in the aquarium currently, but we will be finding stuff for sure. And of course, we have a beautiful, beautiful view out into the kelp gardens there. And normally, we can see a Leviathan in the area, one of the reefbacks, but doesn't look like he's here today. We've got another planter room. This one complete with some Chinese potatoes. We have an extra seed in our inventory. More lantern fruits, some more Jaffa cups and whatnot. Over here we have another alien containment pod. Doesn't look like this one is quite hatched yet, but we've got a couple of creature eggs that are rearing and ready to go. And if I don't get stuck, mind you. Over here on the opposite end, we have a couple more creature eggs. Looks like these ones are just prime, ready to hatch, and some more of the writhing weeds. My plan is in the future to have even more expansions off of these rooms and just have a gigantic second floor library full of all of the possibilities for us. We come up here and we have our view of our destination over the other side of the mountain there in our third observation chamber. And then we can pop over here for our simple storage of our transportation units. And that's it. That's the base. We can hop out here, give us another look from the outside. You can see the bedroom windows right there. Observation. But yeah, that is the base that I have been slaving away on and took a little bit of a break afterwards. As you can tell, I'm wearing a different shirt, obviously. This is what I spent the majority of my last recording day working on, was getting this stuff all set up and beautiful. We are a decent ways away from our SS George and our other stuff. I thought that prawn suit was moving for a second. I would not be okay with that. Catfish egg, crashfish, and rabbit ray eggs discovered, huh? Hold on. I think that may mean that some of our eggs have hatched. Oh, yes, they have. Oh, the crash fish. They're those guys. So cute. Let me hop in here and say hello. We got a little rabbit rays and the crash fish, huh? This is a pretty good way of storing, having non-hostile versions of these, for one. But just being able, having the opportunity to see them, you can pick them up and hold them and scratch their little tail. Okay. I mean, you know, I guess there's always the possibility of, like, getting those and using them for, like, combat purposes somehow. Like, he's just sitting there with an inventory full of crash fish, and, you just unleash them on some poor creature, and they all run and explode on him. That'd be a little bit morbid for me, I think, but... Let's see. So, we have a bunch of water. We have a little bit too much water, to be honest with you. Because the reason that we have too much water, I can't believe I missed one of the rooms. Hold on. Where is it? To the right of our bioreactor room. We have our lovely water room. Filtration in progress. And we'll be able to check back on that here in a bit. But that's keeping us good and hydrated. Those sand sharks are so cute, dude. You don't even know. They're adorable. Okay, we'll just snack on some raw fish. We got plenty of water. Okay, so we are wanting to head down to check out that alien, whatchamacallit, that alien base. We got George with us. Make sure to bring our stasis rifle. Maybe an extra power cell. Nah. We should be good. We don't need an extra power cell. But, as you can see, we have quite a lot in the way of materials that I've been kind of stockpiling. We're going to go ahead and take our sea moth down. We may be wanting to change its modifiers. Definitely will be wanting to change its modifiers, which I believe I have them all stored back at the other base. So we're going to swing back there real quick, grab some of our more defense-capable modifiers for the sea moth, something like probably our zapper, and maybe something else. We can kind of have a look-see at the local fauna here. There's I remarked our prawn suit at one point so that we could remember maybe having to get back into rescuing that somehow. I know the episode that went up today was finally the episode where I got my first prawn suit, so which would be that one. So I think that it kind of made me feel a little bit bad for the buddy that we've been leaving over there for about a month. So we will see. We'll see. Now.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Back on over to our other base here. Oh, it looks like we have a scan running. That shouldn't be happening. Most everything I've gotten transferred over. We've kept a couple of things here and there. Mostly these higher tier stuff that we're going to be needing for our big boy upgrades. I wonder. There it is. The whole upgrade, and we'll just grab all of these for now. Because we want to take out 2 of these to input the hull reinforcement and the perimeter defense. Then we're going to use the last storage piece right here to hide, to stow away some of these other upgrades and whatnot. just in case. George is staying with me, that's for sure. There was also one other thing that we ran into while we were out and about. Oh, geez. These scans are super useful when you're looking for specific items, but they can be real annoying also, and they can lag me the heck out. So, the other things that we ran into while I was off screen, we found this bulkhead, went back to one of the islands and found that there were a decent number of data downloads from the Degasi survivors that I just apparently missed. So we'll have a listen to those real quick.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
do you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of stormwater? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bard, Torgo has disembarked the habitat.
We're struggling.
Just here with my family again. And when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. No staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it.
Okay.
We're already 200 meters
Deeper.
below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's shut off. You see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
Ooh.
You're mad.
Where
I'm
we're
going
headed.
all the same, and I have an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level.
Damn. Marguerite.
Conniving
Speaking
corporate
freely.
bourgeois, inbred, incompetent, self-absorbed jerks.
Yeah.
Have a damn clue. The kid's not so bad. He's even useful. But I swear, everything that comes out of his father's idiot face is a narcissistic lie. If he wants to stay in this cave, his problem. I'm the one doing the heavy lifting. When sea monsters are hunting you, you don't hide. You hunt the sea monsters.
No.
Then you build a bigger boat out of sea monster bones and you hunt bigger monsters. Keep going until there aren't any monsters left to hunt you. I'm going deeper.
He scares me.
I'm gonna find what shot us down and I'm gonna tear its damn heart out. I started the prep work. The kids taught me how to make enameled glass. I've started stockpiling metal ores to build myself a sea moth. I'll raid the indoor grow beds before I leave.
You know, they do a real good job of doing some tutorialization through this stuff. This is Paul Torgal's #1 log.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Mott, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the life
Cut-price
pod,
mercenary, huh?
rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degasi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not gonna weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse.
Yeah.
If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will.
Yeah.
This
Not wrong.
planet won't cause us any new problems.
Also
Our
very
one
wrong.
task now is to keep us alive. as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.
Yep, I mean, you got some points there, brother. You for sure have some points. Inventory's full. Chinese potatoes. And we are planning on taking our sea moth down to the sea floor. It can go down to 900, which I'm pretty sure will get us to that area that we want to go to. We may want to consider, though, getting the extra depth module upgrade. We may have what it takes to make that. We're on the Mark III upgrade, which I think that actually sounds like it might be the highest. I don't know if there's a Mark IV. Prawn suit. Seamount depth module only goes to Mark III. Okay, so we're definitely going to be leaving that. We'll probably take a little snooze here so that the sun will come up tomorrow. Say goodnight to Markiplier. Yeah, dude, those Degassi guys had some issues, though. Good morning, sweetheart. Okay, we have our Zappy Zap module, which hopefully is going to be enough to keep us safe. We are going to immediately hop out of this just to make sure we have it fully repaired. Hello? I would like to repair you, please. Oh, do we not have a dang... There's no battery in this. Yeah, we'll just do this. This is fine. Yes. We want this swapped out. There it is. So yeah, hopefully with our equipment that we have right now, we don't necessarily have to use the prawn suit. We can get away with using our sea moth here. I have a camera sort of pre-placed down here. I was using to scope out some of this area. I was hunting for some rubies earlier. I have to go pretty far down to get to the rubies. So we will make this run as quick as possible. During the break, I did lose track of how long the earlier part of the episode was, so we definitely won't be trying to take too long. That's interesting. Where's our drop off? Just be the pretty kind of ray. We're looking to get a little bit out of the pretty stuff and into the big uglies. Where's our Degassi habitat? That away. Okay. A big area. What on earth is this? Alien feces, huh? Here's our drop off. Shawty, are you down? We do want to avoid the warpers wherever possible. We want to find there's the habitat marker. So we just need to find... Oh, hello, Warper friend. No, you really don't want to be stabbing me. I promise. Okay, here's the steam bed. We really do need to craft some of those, whatchamacallits. Those beacons, so we can leave some of them down here to mark this entrance. Looks like we're doing pretty good on depth. Didn't get caught by... We managed to outrun, at least, those, warpers. So far, at least. So, now that we're down here, we have to remember, I believe it was to the left that I saw the lab section. It's quite the different journey, considering that we're not in our, whatchamacallit. Here is this buddy. There's the doorway. Yeah, it's quite the different experience being in the sea moth. It's a lot faster, it's a lot, Insert tablet. Oh, you need a yellow tablet? How the heck do I get a yellow tablet, dude? Yellow tablet. What on earth could that be? Well, for now, I'm going to be calling the episode. We'll leave it on a little bit of a cliffhanger for you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Building that base was a ton of fun. I did a lot of it off camera, so I just had a lot of like relaxing, chilling out Subnautica time. We're ready to get back into some action though next time. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Do the YouTube thing, 'cause that's what YouTube is here to do. We'll see you next time. Peace.